the kingdom of heaven, which we are the kingdom of heaven, the children of Israel, suffereth violence. This is what he say. And the violent take it by force. See? The violent take it by force. Who he called the violent? The people that were ruling, the Romans. He called them violent. Took us by force. And they did take us by force. In 70 AD, we fell as a nation. You understand? You see, we don't know anything about our story, enough of our story, to know our history, if you want to call it. But it's going to be from the word of the Most High, first and foremost. He said the violent take it by force. We call them what? Violent. Look at Luke. Book of Luke 21, the 21st chapter, the 20th verse. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies. What armies would surround us when we were in Jerusalem? It would be the Roman armies, the Roman legions, the Edomites army, because it was who part of the earth when he walked the earth. And he told us, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Know that we get ready to be brought down. The desolation is near. And let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. That's when we fled into Africa. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein. Why? For these be the days of vengeance. Hear that? These be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Remember he said, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. And these things were written that this would happen. When you read Psalms, the 79th chapter, it tell you what happened to us, the Israelites, during the time of 65 to 70 AD. Some 30-something years after Mashiach Yahushua died and rose on the third day and ascended to the right hand side of the Most High. He prophesied these things would happen. It didn't happen. Yeah, look at he gave us clear warning. Look what he said. Luke 19 and 43. This is before he told us what he told us in Luke 20 and 21. This is what he told us. Luke 19:43. He said, for the days shall come upon thee that thine enemies, you can't deviate from the fact of what it says here. Say the days shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side, and shall lay thee even with the ground, kill you, flatline you, gonna kill you even with the ground, and thy children within thee, kill the children too. And they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knowest not the time of thy visitation. So you ain't know the time. Just like right now, there are prophecies that are prophesied in this Bible to happen that you should know. That when he come as a thief in the night, you should not be caught sleeping. Because you should be watching and praying and going through these prophecies to know, or at least asking, what it is that you need to know, so wherever you at, you can be prepared and recognize that it's on. Because look, it's just a matter of time. So what you gonna do? You got a choice. Choose life or death. Because as we say, we know that we are the chosen, but everyone's not gonna make it. Look at 1 Corinthians 6. Now let's go to 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, see who it's talking to. 1 Corinthians 1:1. Paul, called to be an apostle of Mashiach Yahushua through the will of the Most High, and Sosthenes, our brother, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth, the land of Corinth. The church is the people. To them that are sanctified by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, called to be saints. There it is again. Psalms 148:14 defines who the saints are. This is who it's talking to. With all that in every place call upon the name of Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, our power, both theirs and ours. See? Both theirs. But see, Paul was not of the circumcision, which would be like Peter and the apostle that rode with a Mashiach Yahushua when he came after Mashiach Yahushua was crucified and went to the right hand side of the Most High. That's when he was converted. So that's why he can deal with the ones that's the scattered, because he would be considered scattered from Peter and Paul, Peter and John and Matthew and Mark and all the apostles. He was considered the uncircumcision or the scattered of Israel. That's why they spoke of those. You know, it was something. You know how this is, as it is today, where people feel that they're the only ones that have a Mashiach Yahushua. We have many disciples, you know, but they felt like he was just theirs, you know, he was just belonged to them. And the only ones that could be saved was those that was rolling around on Mashiach Yahushua in the flesh. But you had to scatter. That's why they said to go to John 11 chapter. And let's look at verse 47. St. John 11:47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees and council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. So they were afraid of losing their position with the Romans. See, let you know the Romans were in charge. I'm here to show you that. You see, if we let them alone, the Romans going to come and take away our place and their power over the nation of Israel. That's the only people that they were really, you know, concerned about. You see? So now, let you know that it was the Romans. Period. Now go to St. John 7:33. It says, then said Mashiach unto them, the Pharisees and the chief priests and officers, yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Go back to the Most High, who sent him. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. So where I'm going, you can't come. Verse 35, listen what they said. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? See, they thought that the ones that were scattered of Israel that we read about in Corinthians or Ephesians or Philippians, Thessalonians, all these were Israelites that were scattered, that they're calling here, dispersed among the Gentiles, among the other nations, and teach the Gentiles. They called them Gentiles. Called them, the nation, because they learned the way of the heathen. So they were just like them, like we just read about. We just read about the Greeks, who were Israelites, that followed the ways and the customs of the Greeks. Didn't call themselves Jews. So that's why you're looking at, when you have to deal with our people, they didn't call themselves the Israelites or the Jews, or whatever you want to look at as far as representing the 12 tribes of Israel. They didn't identify themselves as the Israelites, but as Gentiles, as it is today, or Greeks, or Americans, you would say today. You see? Same spirit. So, going back to 1 Corinthians, now that we know, it says to the saints who are the Israelites. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. Just a moment.